If you want your business to do at least $100 million a year, I'm about to reveal the 3 vital numbers you need to know to get your business to the next level. I've actually done this 7 separate times myself. From affiliate marketing to real estate, this is absolutely universal and it will work for your business. So in this video, I'm going to show you the exact 3 numbers you need to grow almost any business to $100 million in annual revenue or double it at a minimum. How to find and use these numbers in your business, even if you're bad with numbers, and how this works in a real financial research company where I took them from 1.7 million to 3 million, all the way to $5 million months after just 2 years. And at the end of this video, I'll even give you my simple 3-step blueprint to replicate that in your own business. My name's Cody Alexander, and trust me, it wasn't always like this. Actually, it started my adult life by failing community college after just 1 semester, and I ended up working at Home Depot for only $8 an hour. That is, until I discovered my blueprint for unlimited success. And a huge part of that was understanding these vital 3 numbers. In fact, this next number is the only way to avoid burning a business to the ground. The first number is going to tell you exactly how many dollars it takes to acquire a customer, also known as cost per acquisition. This is crucial, right? If you ignore this, you're basically hemorrhaging money. This is a huge reason why so many businesses fail, because it can be a silent killer, slowly draining your resources and eating your profit margins. You're basically exposing your business and your money. I don't want you to do that. I want you to be in control of how effective you are at acquiring opportunities. So what you need to do first is define what an acquisition actually means for your business. Do you get low ticket buyers? Is it an in-person meeting? Do you drive to a book call funnel? Whatever it is, quantify it, then specify by a time frame. I recommend monthly or annually if you're a real estate agent or a long tail sales process, but you need to calculate how much you're spending to acquire your existing customers. This might be advertising spend, paid partnerships, affiliates, cost of free samples. You might also want to include the cost of any staff or agency you might have that handles any part of your acquisition process, just depending on how big of a part of your budget that is. Next, grab how many leads you generated during that same period of time. You simply divide your total costs by the number of leads, and you have your CPA either by month, by year, whatever time frame you chose. You should also calculate this by different types or channels of acquisitions, such as Facebook, Instagram, whatever sources you may be advertising on. Now that you have these numbers, you can immediately start maximizing your ROI, return on investment, to improve your profits. Or you can cut out a marketing channel that isn't working for you so you can focus your efforts on one that is. For example, when I first worked with a financial education company, they had no acquisition at all. They had organic leads, but no acquisition strategy. Shortly after working with them, we developed a single low-ticket tripwire offer around a real acquisition strategy. After testing the offer to a warm internal list, we were seeing an average cart value of about $67. And based on the number I'm about to share with you in a second, we realized we could profitably spend $100 to acquire a buyer of that offer. If you thought CPA was important, this next number is the only way I know to scale a business. The second number is your lifetime value. Once you know how much it costs to acquire a customer, now you need to know how valuable that customer is. That's your LTV. This is how effective you are at converting leads into dollars. I call it monetization. You can call it whatever you want, but knowing your customer lifetime value helps you focus on strategizing and optimizing your marketing spend. It reduces your exposure to costs and, of course, increases your overall profitability. Without tracking this, it's pretty much randomly casting a wide net without knowing where the fish actually are. You're wasting too much effort on the little fish. You're probably missing out on the big fish. You get the point. Track this. We want to do the same thing as before. Define your time frame, or in this case, your snapshots in time, right? So before, if you're doing monthly or annually, personally for lifetime value, I recommend it looking at 30, 90, and 180 days after you've acquired the customer. You can do 360 as well, depending again on how long your upsell sequence is. But this tells you which sources are most profitable and how soon. You want to aim for a healthy margin between CPA and LTV. If you're lucky, your LTV will be easy to grab or is already calculated for you by your software. If it's messier, I have a brute force secret. I like to look at my acquisition spend as a percentage of gross revenue. This tells me how many dollars came back with friends every month. So say you're spending $1 million a month in advertising, right? And we'll go over here. You got $1 million you're spending in advertising, all right? And let's say you're generating $3 million in revenue. Cost. We'll go over here to revenue. Make sure you get to see me. 3 million in revenue, right? That means your LTV to CPA ratio is 3 to 1, 3 to 1. Really, the way I actually like to look at it is that your spend is 33% of your revenue. Or if you know your blended CPA is $100, right? Then your blended LTV might be $300. Now, I got to warn you, using numbers like this, it's like lying as close to the sun as Icarus did, right? It can be done, but that doesn't mean it should be done. I'm just proving a point here. I'm not recommending you drive without a seatbelt. Ideally, though, you want to track how valuable an acquisition is over a time frame that's relevant to your business. Again, 30, 60, 90, 180, 360. But I want to walk you through a specific example. So say in a month, you have 1,000 acquisitions. Yeah, I've got 1,000 buyers, right? 1,000 buyers, all right? And your advertising spend over that same time frame is $100,000. Comma, some more zeros. All right. Quick math tells us your CPA is $100, right? Boom, 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 1 to 100. So let's imagine, though, that those 1,000 buyers on that first product are only worth $50 to you, okay? So you got 1,000 buyers, and we're $50 ACV, average cart value. We'll get to that another time. So you're at 50% break even, or you have $50,000 that you haven't recouped yet. Now, don't let that number keep you up at night, because here's where it actually gets good. Let's say 10% of those 1,000 acquisitions go on to convert to a $2,000 product over the next 30 days, right? So 2,000 times 100 is 200K in revenue. Get down here. Okay. And you add in the 50K, the $50 they were worth, the 50K. So I'm just going to fudge that to 250 that we already collected. So we would have a 30-day LTV, 250 divided by the 1,000 of $250. Every dollar you spend makes you $2.50 back. Or in other words, it only costs you $100 to make $250 in revenue. Now, for some businesses, that margin might be acceptable. For others, maybe not. But here's a key point. You're now aware of how efficient your acquisition spend is and how much that spend will generate you in revenue. I mean, this really is powerful stuff, guys. It's like having a crystal ball for your business. You can actually predict your revenue based on your ad spend and adjust your strategy accordingly. It's how I've been able to scale businesses to 100 million and beyond. It's how you can too. But we're not done yet. We've covered 2 of the 3 vital numbers. The third one is going to help you make exponentially more money without simply scaling up your advertising budget. You can skyrocket your profitability and put these dollars directly into your bank account. You ready? The third number is all about maximization, aka your conversion rate. This number tells you exactly how efficient you are at getting someone to take that final step in your funnel. If you can increase your conversion rate without sacrificing your lifetime value or compromising your CPA, you gain a whole lot more leverage over your business. We're talking about a small tweak that could decrease your cost and make that customer significantly more valuable. That's straight profit right there. But if you're not optimizing or even tracking your conversion rate, you could be pouring opportunities into a bucket with holes. You might think you need more leads or buyers, but what you really need to do is plug those holes. Your conversion rate is the easiest of the 3 numbers to figure out. It's simply how many opportunities made you money divided by how many opportunities you had to make money. So let's break that down. Say you had 100 people buy your product. I'm going to erase this real quick. Hopefully you got those numbers. Not made sense to you. If not, drop something in the comment. Let me know. Happy to explain more. So let's say you had 100 buyers of your product, right? That's great. But how many people did it take to get those 100 buyers? Let's say it took 10,000 people visiting the cart page to get that many buyers. All right. So 100 buyers divided by 10,000. gives you a 1% conversion rate. 100 to 1, 1% conversion rate. All right. Don't worry if that sounds low. It really just depends on your type of business. A lot of businesses actually can do serious revenue at 1%. The key though here is knowing your number so you can improve it. Now, here's where it actually gets exciting, right? You make a few tweaks to your funnel and you bump that conversion rate up from 1% to just 1.1%. For a 0.1% increase, you now have 110 buyers. 1.1% conversion rate means 110 buyers. All right. And remember our LTV from earlier, 250, right? If each customer is worth 250, you just increase your revenue from $25,000 to $27,500. That's an extra $2,500 in your product simply by nudging your conversion rate up a fraction. Plus, by converting more of your existing leads, your CPA goes down too. That's why this trifecta of business numbers can create exponential growth. More customers, more revenue per customer, and lower acquisition costs. These small wins will help you double your business revenue all the way up to $100 million per year and beyond if you so choose. And it's exactly how I took that financial education company from $1.7 million in monthly revenue all the way up to $5 million months. Want me to do that for your business? No need to opt in or buy my course. I'll share right here the simple blueprint of what I did to achieve these results. Step 1, I increased their CPA spend and scale on networks. All right. Erase this again. CPA spend. CPA went up. All right. And I raised their affiliate payout to reflect CPA of 120 to 175, which allowed for more volume of buyers. That actually matched what we were spending on the networks, right? Step 2, I expanded what products a new buyer could say yes to, which increased their lifetime value. This moved them away from a rigid customer journey and provided more options, therefore allowing customers to find products that best fit their needs. So I increased the volume of buyers. I made them more valuable. But here's where I actually really dialed the needle the most. I optimized their conversion rate on event revenue. We increased revenue per attendee from $20 to $40 through optimizing their send strategy. That got them all the way to those $3 million months. Then we actually scaled up to 8 to 10 events per day. Those were how we hit $5 million months. If you think it's all it takes though, just that, you've got half the recipe. Here's the rest of my secret. I actually implemented continuous performance monitoring. While I can't always control the output of acquisition, monetization, or maximization directly, I can analyze the performance of each and identify where drops or increases occur. This numbers-driven approach allows for smarter, more targeted decisions. So by focusing on these key areas, we're able to significantly boost our revenue and scale the businesses effectively. These principles can be applied to every single business model. It's important to note that this isn't about making drastic changes overnight, right? It's about consistent, numbers-driven improvements that compound over time. By understanding and optimizing these 3 vital numbers, CPA, LTV, conversion rate, you're setting yourself up for substantial, sustainable growth. So start tracking these numbers in your own business. And once you have the data, you can start making informed decisions to optimize your operations and drive towards that $100 million growth. If you want more content on success and how to grow a business, subscribe, check out Marketing from the Edge podcast, and visit marketingedgepod.com. Now go out there